Hey everyone, and welcome back. As you can see, there wasn't an intro to this video, and there won't be an outro. I thought it was finally time that I really kind of tell everyone a little bit about me. One thing that people know is that I have a lot of mental issues that I deal with every day. Every day of my life, I have to deal with these issues. Being ADHD, I am always on the run, always moving. My brain's never stops. Most of the time, I don't sleep much, maybe 2 hours, because of my mind always running. And it's not because of insomnia, it's just my brain can't pause for me to sleep. And if it does, I only get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Another thing I have is emotional problems. And that's not because I'm a woman or any of that. It's actually because I live every day of my life with certain people. You might call those people bullies. You might call those people haters, non-believers, but I live with them every day of my life. And it's really nothing new to me. Another thing I have to deal with is being an atheist and also being asexual. Being an atheist, a lot of people will shun me and not talk to me or not look at me, or all because they want me to believe in what they believe in. That's something I have to deal with every day. Being asexual, I don't really like anyone. I'm not attracted to anyone, so it makes it kind of hard on me when people say, "Oh, I like you," and I'm just looking at them like me how? And it's actually very hard to explain to some people because people think that, oh, you can't be that, it's just a phase or anything, but it's really not. I've been like this since I've been 13. I've been asexual and not really wanting anyone. All I care about is really my friends. Also, don't worry about my shirt. It's annoying, I know. But I don't really care for anyone, I guess you would say, or like in any of that way. It's just kind of hard to deal with sometimes because everyone wants you to be happy and with someone. But I'm perfectly happy just being me by myself with no one else. If I'm with friends, I mean, that's a plus, but I don't really want someone in my life, like not sexually, because sex honestly is very, very, very boring. It's kind of a waste of time for me. I do, masturbate, but it's only basically to relieve stress that I'm under. I have a lot of stress because have a lot I have to deal with. Another thing I have to deal with is not having a high school education, which I'm trying to get back and get my diploma so I can actually do something with my life. But sadly, with all of my learning disabilities, I have a lot of trouble trying to wrap my head around things like multiplication and division and all that stuff. I can't wrap my head around it. They could show me it a million times. They could show me pictures. They could do anything. But I can't wrap my head around how that works or anything. It's just really hard when you have to deal with this. I mean, it's okay when you deal with it once or twice in a lifetime, but I deal with it every day of my life. Basically, my YouTube channel is my getaway from the real world because honestly, the real world doesn't really help you. If you think about it, lots of things you have to learn in school, like multiplication, division, all of that, you don't really use in everyday life. So I've always wondered, like, why do we have to learn it? I've never been able to wrap my head around that either, but I'm a person that wonders a lot. Like, I wonder about everything. Everything that happens in life or happens to me or happens to a friend, I wonder about, like, why did this happen? How did this happen? All of that. And it's just, it's something I have to deal with. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me. It's hard enough that I have 18 different things wrong with me, and everything piling up else on it doesn't really help. I was actually just recently diagnosed with slight autism, which doesn't really surprise me for the way I act. But, you know, when you're in life, just remember this. Remember that you're still worth it, no matter if you haven't finished high school or you haven't really done much with your life, or just remember that at some point you're going to have to do something about it. And it's best to do it early, because once you're in your 30s or 40s, it might be a little harder than you think. I'm struggling with trying to get my own place. I'm almost 20 and still living in my parents with my dad. Another thing I have to deal with, not always, but every occasionally, I have to deal with my mother. Now, I haven't talked a lot about my mother, mainly because I want her out of my life, but the short end of it, my mother wants me to kill myself because she didn't want a mixed baby. I am mixed with black and white. My father is white, my mother is black. My black family honestly doesn't even care, doesn't contact me, none of that. But my white family adores me and takes care of me and all that fun stuff. So I'm set there. But, you know, if you think about it, family isn't really what you're born into. Family is what you make of it. I have a lot of friends that I hang out with online and in person, but those people are my family, because those people are there when I need them. And that's what family is. It doesn't really matter what people say. Oh, like a lot of people who think they're gangsters will say that you're a brother from another mother. That's basically saying that they're family, because family is what you want it to be. It's not what you are born into or what you're stuck with, because you're not stuck with anybody. You're stuck with the people you choose to be stuck with. One thing I do is a lot of poetry. I write poetry nonstop, like all the time. I'm always writing. And I love it. But you have to do what you have to do. Whether if you have trouble in life or trouble in school, just remember that you are worth it, that you're not nobody, that you're not a loser or anything. Because me in high school and elementary and even preschool, I was known as a loser. I still am to this day. But you shouldn't have to care what others people say, because people will say everything known to man to get you down. Because if you think about it, what are they doing for you? Are they putting a roof over your head? Are they getting you food? Are they paying your bills? Are they buying you the stuff that you need, your gadgets and everything? Are they buying that for you? If they're not, then why do they even matter? They don't. And you shouldn't have to worry about that. Only worry about yourself, because that's all you need to worry about. If you're out there and you're young, 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever, just know that those bullies one day, because I look back, I'm almost 20, and I look back on my Facebook, because all of the bullies that bullied me from preschool to high school, well, until I dropped out, of course, preschool to high school, I look at them because they all added me, and I look at them, some of them are just like, they let themselves go, and they were all of that in high school. But now they're in the real world, and they're barely struggling to do anything with their life. They don't know what to do, or they'll have kids and stuff, and they're young, and you're just like, why? Here's why. If you spend your life being a bully, one day you're going to become that one that's going to be the loser. Because if you bully someone, there's always going to be someone bigger than you that's going to bully you. No matter what happens, it's going to happen. So don't be a bully. Because why would you? Because sometimes when kids are bullied at a young age, they'll grow up and then they'll be the bully. They might end up shooting, killing people, or hurting themselves, even killing themselves, all because of these bullies. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me. Just remember one thing. I'm always here, even if I don't know you. I'm always here. I always will be here, and I'm not doing this YouTube video for profit or likes or anything. You like this video if you want. Share it if you want. Subscribe if you want. That's up to you. It's your choice. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything that people tell you to do, because it's not up to them. It's up to you. No one can make you do anything, because they haven't discovered possession yet. So they can't physically go in your body and make you do things. Yeah, I know what it's like. It's hard. But never let anyone else get you down. But like always, goodbye, Slurpees.